All right, so let's get started. Hopefully I'd be able to move to next slide. Yes, we can. Okay, so again, we wish you were on campus and wish you were able to get this information, but we're located in the medical center. So the TWU Houston Center is located in the corner of Fannin and Holcomb. We have our main campus in Denton, Texas, and we have another location that looks similar to us in Houston, located in Dallas. So we're both, Dallas and Houston are located in their respective medical centers. So TWU, we're the largest university historically, but not only for women, and we are public, state-assisted institutions. So sometimes people are a bit surprised by that, but it definitely makes sense when you look about the information when it comes to tuition costs and things like that. We offer bachelor's, master's, and doctoral degree programs. So if you are looking to continue on with your studies with TWU, let's say that you eventually want to be like a nurse practitioner or a nurse educator, that information, I'm sorry, those programs are certainly available at our Houston campus as well. So as I mentioned, we have our main campus in Denton, Texas, and we also have the Dallas and Houston Center. So Dallas and Houston only offer upper division nursing programs. So that's the only undergraduate program you can do. All the other options are going to be graduate admission or graduate programs. Many of them to do with the healthcare specific route. So when it comes to the graduate opportunities, like I mentioned, we do have a lot of students who, completed our nursing program, considered healthcare administration. They look into our MBA programs, but also they continue on with their nursing opportunities. So you can go all the way up to a PhD in nursing if that's something you are interested in. So here we do have, and of course, several opportunities with the current situation for opportunities fully online. But these programs are some specific ones we'd like to draw your attention to that you have the option to do. So I know we like talking very much about the nursing program, and I'm sure that's why a lot of you are here to find out specific on the nursing program. However, once we talk about the specific requirements for nursing, one of the things is we'll hear students say, well, what can I do? I might need to keep retaking courses. And, one of the things we don't want to happen is that you would get burnt out. We don't want that. So we might tell you, you might need to take a step back from A&P2. You might need to maybe finish out a bachelor's degree, give that course a break. And then you can continue on and apply as a second degree seeking students or a second bachelor's degree in the nursing program, and you get bonus points when you do that. So you're never down and out. When you'll see those three core majors there that are highlighted in blue, those are the health studies programs. So those programs are 100% online. They are excellent programs to consider. You can actually take an exam at the end and become a certified educator. So definitely something to consider. If this is something you want to find out more about, I'm more than happy to explain that in lots of details. And you could also look into other programs that we have as well. We have a brand new undergraduate bachelor's degree in healthcare administration. That is through a hybrid with our main campus in Denton, Texas. But that's something else that you might want to consider as well. Okay, so for the transfer requirement, you'll find this information on our website, and we're going to talk about in great detail admission into the College of Nursing, but just specifically for admissions to TWU, which is first. So everyone is going to apply to nursing entry BS. Most likely not, you're applying as a transfer student, even if you have a bachelor's degree. When it comes to assured admission, if you have a 2.0 on a 4.0 scale and you have an associate's degree, yes, you'd have assured admission. When it's regular admission, you have at least 12 credits that are transferable. Again, on at least a 2.0 on a 4.0 scale. Now, we will talk about the specifics for the College of Nursing, so you know that the minimum GPA for nursing is going to be a 3.0, and it is competitive, so the average is 3.6 to 3.8. Now, these transfer admission requirements are specific to the general admission requirements. So you have to do 2 applications. You're going to be doing Apply Texas, and then you're going to be doing nursing CAS. And of course, we'll go into lots of detail, but I do want to focus on that because a lot of times we'll see students time themselves out, right? So my friends who are joining us today, who are looking for spring 2021, your deadline is August 15th. That means that your admission to the university must be before that. So people might ask, what's a good time to do that? I would say right now. So it's May, actually it's the tail end of May. So I would say do your Apply Texas application, do nursing entry, BS, submit all of your transcripts, get your decision, so that way you'd be able to submit your nursing CAS. You can work on both of them simultaneously, you just would not be able to submit nursing CAS until you have a decision from TWU. So that's when a common mistake we'll see is just students waiting until too close to August to get their application in. So this is something that can be a little bit tricky. So if there's any questions about these, feel free to put them into the chat. And then once we start going over the nursing information, I can go a little bit more detail if you have more questions about this. But a lot of times people ask us about the core curriculum or being core complete. So somebody might say, oh, my school doesn't offer multicultural women's studies, what do I do? Well, if you're core complete from whatever institution you're attending and it's a public institution in Texas, that means you'll be core complete with them, you will be core complete with us, and it's not required for you to do multicultural women's studies. However, you probably did a component area option with that school. So that school might have had speech, it might have had technology, something like that as part of their core curriculum. But for the most part, other things are going to look very similar. So English 101, psychology 101, government, history. These are things that for the most part we need to take as part of the core curriculum. So the last 3 courses that when we show you the color chart, you'll see things on that orange box that say, first year seminar, an additional math or wellness, or multicultural women's studies. So again, if you are core complete from the institution that is a public institution in Texas, then you will be core complete for TWU. Now, if you are not core complete, again, you don't need to lose sleep over multicultural women's studies. You are still going to be able to complete it with us. It's just because your course load is pretty rigorous when you're in the College of Nursing, we're not wanting you to take any additional courses, but if it's going to be in order to make you core complete, then you can be prepared to eventually take that course. So admission to the university, as I mentioned earlier, it's applytexas.org and it's nursing entry. If you are on this call and you are going for spring 2021, I recommend that you do that application now. Our admission is a rolling deadline for the university in general. That could be your best friend, worst enemy if you don't necessarily plan it so well. Again, you're not really wanting to do anything in August. You're wanting to do these things as early as possible. And if Apply Texas opens up, in July from the previous year, you're going to want to make sure that you just get that done and submit all of your items. It is a $50 application fee. When you submit your official transcripts, you're going to want them sent to the Office of Admissions Processing in Denton. You could choose to send it to the Houston campus. However, at the moment, we're not able to take those items and forward them along. So I would recommend just cutting out the middle guy and sending them straight to the Office of Admissions Processing. The fastest way is going to be if you have them sent electronically. So if you have them sent to oap@twu.edu, that's going to be the fastest way for you to get processed. Make sure that you submit transcripts from every institution that you attended. So even if you transferred from one school to another and they applied those transfer credits to that school, it's going to show as it being just transferred and not having the information. So it can hold up your application. please make sure that you definitely submit all of your transcripts. One of the best things to do is going to be the Pioneer Portal. Pioneer Portal is where you're going to create your TWU email account, so it'll activate that. And after you've applied, so typically two to 3 days later, you're going to get a TWU ID number. So let's say you call into the admissions office and you have a question, we would probably ask you for your ID number, so it'd be great to have that handy. We can certainly look up your information, but you can actually look up your status using your Pioneer Portal. So it's a good idea to have that created as soon as you can and see what might be missing. Now, this would be only for items missing to the university, so not necessarily whatever nursing cast might be missing. So keep that in mind. And again, you can create that pretty closely to once you've submitted your application. So I say give it 2 to 3 days in order for you to create that Pioneer Portal. Okay, the undergraduate student budget. This information, of course, is going to be on our website. So we talked a little bit earlier about the affordability of TWU being a public state-assisted institution. It's still good to plan ahead. So knowing that you're going to be in the College of Nursing for 2 years, a full-time day program with clinicals, knowing that if you're trying to start for spring 2021, that does give you that, time in order, some students decide that they might work and then save up money in order to attend the institution. So typically we say it's going to cost about $24,000 for the 2 years. So definitely planning out your financial aid is going to be key. So if we know spring 2021, we want to have that deadline of September 1 in order to get that done. So doing your FAFSA, adding our school code, that'll be key. Same thing happens with scholarships. Planning it out is a good idea. You would do the general scholarship application first, and then that's going to help narrow down the specific scholarship you'd be eligible for, and then you would adhere to the December deadline. So again, the earlier you can do things, the better it's going to be for you. That would be ideal. So timing things out, I would say the sooner the better. So we've talked about applying to the university. You have to do the Apply to Texas application first. You create your Pioneer Portal. That'll be your username and password. It'll be the same for the scholarship system. Again, you do the general scholarship application. So I would say doing it now, like, let's say my friends who've already applied, go in, do the general scholarship application. Okay. So that was general admission information. If you have any questions, I'm going to be in the chat while Dejanay's speaking. So feel free to put some questions in there. Again, we'll have a question and answer session as well if at the end, if we need it, and we'll address anything that's going to make sense for the whole group. Okay. I'll pass it over to Dejanay.
All right, thank you, Melissa. Okay, so I am providing some links to information packet in the chat box, and then also the nursing cast tutorial as well. So those who are trying to apply for the spring 2021 application, nursing cast is open. So I will provide the tutorial in the link as well. You can find the information packets on the TWU website under application information. So if you're not able to see the link that I'm gonna provide in the chat box, you can find it online as well. So 1 second for that link. Melissa, you do have a question about international student submissions. Did you want to touch on that really quickly?
Sure. So for international mission, the difference is going to be, I think, a $75 application fee. If you have international documents, meaning your college information. Originally, or typically when things are a little normal, we would be able to take the originals from you in the Houston campus, take a copy of them because we've touched the original ones, stamp them as copy of original, and then give them back to you and forward them to the Office of Admissions Processing. At the moment, we're not able to do that. We're not having the campus open to visitors yet. I believe we're going to be doing that in the summer. So you just have to figure out the timing. Probably, ideally, you might want to just expedite things for yourself, especially international documents can take a little longer. So you can choose to have them sent directly to the Office of Admissions Processing. You would indicate in a note that you would like your items returned back to you. If you'd like them returned back to you, you just be prepared that you do have to pay for the shipping of the item to your home. If you indicate that you want them sent to the Houston campus and you want to pick them up later, that's also an option. Just keeping in mind that we don't have the campus open for visitors yet. So even though the item might be there, we wouldn't be able to physically hand it to you until we're able to do so, which is at the moment possibly July, like mid-July, but we are adhering to, of course, all the campus regulations and timing and how we're going to be opening to the public. So just something to keep in mind. You can, again, have them sent directly to the Office of Admissions Processing and then sent directly back to you. I hope that answered the question.
Yeah. All right, great. Thank you, Melissa, for answering that. Okay, guys, so we're going to go ahead and get started with the presentation for nursing. So specifically, we're going to be talking about prerequisite courses, transfer equivalencies, requirements, criteria for admission, and just more things about TWU nursing. So let's go ahead and get into it. And I hope everybody can see my screen okay. All right, so TWU offers a Bachelor's of Science in Nursing program which leads to your licensure as an RN. So you'll graduate with a bachelor's with us and then be eligible to go ahead and sit for the NCLEX exam to get your RN licensure. We offer two different types of programs. We offer the traditional pre-licensure program as well as the RN to BS Bridge program. The traditional pre-licensure program has two different formats. The traditional format is pretty much a spring and fall only schedule, and you'll have the summers off. And then we also have a nights and weekend program that's offered at the Dallas Center. They go all year round, so they'll do fall, spring, and summer. Their courses, their lectures are usually in the evenings, and then their labs and clinicals are on the weekends. Traditional program, it's a day program, so you'll be in lectures, lab, and clinicals throughout the week, as well as in the day. The RN to BS Bridge program is offered for students who already have their RN licensure and an associate degree in nursing diploma already. So those students are eligible to apply to that program. It is 100% online, and it only takes 1 year to complete. Today, we're just going to focus on the traditional pre-licensure program and the requirements for admission into that. All right, so why have a bachelor's degree and not an associate degree for your RN? Well, in short, your bachelor's is preparing you to be a well-rounded nurse. So you'll have more nursing theory, wellness, community health, management skills, as well as best practices. It also has job security, so you'll be able to land a job in the hospital a lot quicker than an ADN will be able to, as well as excel in your educational career to your master's to become an MP. And there's just also more money involved. So I know we all like to make money. The associate degree isn't a bad route to choose if you're thinking about it. You'll just go to the local community college, do your ADN, and then transfer to a university to do your bridge program. That route is a little bit longer than the traditional program, which is usually 2 years to complete. All right, so why choose TWU for your nursing degree? Well, we have excellent nursing students who are admitted into our program. They're usually admitted in with the average of a 3.75 GPA, as well as our first-time NCLEX pass rates have never fell lower than 90%. For the year of 2019, I believe our NCLEX pass rate was a 96.3%, which is really, really good. So we improved over the past couple years and boosted it up to a 96. So that's really awesome. Our second time pass rate is 100%. So that means every one of our students that's graduating from our nursing program pass the NCLEX and they get their license. All right, so resources. So we are one institution, so Texas Women's University, with 3 different locations. So it's like we got 3 different front doors. We have also state-of-the-art facilities in both of the Houston and Dallas medical districts that has labs with simulators in them. And we also have 106 full-time faculty and 196 part-time faculty across all 3 campuses. And they are distinguished faculty members within their communities who receive awards, grants, and scholarships. These are our 2 locations. So the Dallas Center at the top there, which is located in the Dallas Medical Center, and then we have Denton main campus, which is in Denton, Texas. In both the Houston and Dallas centers, we have these simulators. They basically work like human beings. So they draw blood, their eyes dilate, they talk to you. Noelle, that's down there in the bottom in the middle, she gave birth to the baby up there. So you'll be able to practice all of your skills on these simulators while in your labs to get all your errors out before you go to clinicals and actually touch a real human being. So if somebody ever asks you, hey, is this your first time drawing blood? You can tell them no, because you practice on the simulator, and then later told them, yes, I did it on a real person today, and it was you. So these simulators are really, really cool. We also have a little boy on both campuses who actually turns his head and he'll talk to you, interact with you, he'll cry. So you'll be able to get all your skills out in these simulator labs. Okay. We also have opportunities at TWU. So we have the Center of Research Design and Analysis and our center on both campuses where you'll be able to do more research, like Shannon Duncan at the top there, who wanted to look at more resources that are readily available to survivors of sexual assault. So she was able to publish an article in the Journal of Forensics Nursing, which is really great. If you're interested in doing research, we strongly encourage it because our program is a research-based program. So we always want our students to be thinking about different things and forms of research or topics that you're really interested in. You are able to partner with our faculty members if you want to do some independent research. They'd be more than happy to do that with you. The Center of Global Nursing Scholarships is housed at the Houston campus, but is open to all students. This center is basically helps students to do study abroad opportunities. Where you'll go and learn about international nursing conferences. You'll be able to meet other nursing students or nurses across the world. Our nursing students have visited China, the Dominican Republic, Kenya, Korea, the Netherlands, Peru, the UK. They've been a little bit of everywhere. Vietnam is a really good hotspot that we like to visit. So if you're interested in studying abroad, I definitely say take that opportunity. You'll be able to participate in these opportunities in the summer if you're in our regular traditional program, because you'll have the summers off to do those opportunities. Yeah. All right, so a little bit of history. So we've been doing this for over 100 years. The Houston Center has been in the medical center since 1960. We was the first nursing school to be housed in a medical center. So imagine our connections with the hospitals and our clinical placements, as well as the Dallas Center was there for 1953. So we are very well known throughout Texas, as well as outside of Texas, as far as our reputation for nursing school. All right, so let's go ahead and get into what you guys really, really want to know. You want to know, what do I need to have in order to apply to your program? All right, so this sheet here is our 4-year degree plan. This degree plan is also offered in the information packets readily available to you guys, so you can see the prerequisites that we require. So if you're coming in as a freshman or a transfer student, you want to make sure that you completed the correct prerequisite courses before applying to the program. We require the Texas State core courses. So those are your Englishes, your governments, histories, all of those good general education classes that you're currently taking, you have to complete those. And then the courses that are in bold, these are your nursing core courses. TW requires that your nursing core courses are completed before our application deadlines. So the nursing core courses are chemistry of any college level, as long as it has a matching lab and lecture, anatomy and physiology 1 and 2, microbiology, developmental psychology lifespan, nutrition, and statistics. Once you have completed those 7 nursing core courses, in addition to your Texas State core courses, you're then eligible to apply to the program. Once admitted into the program, you'll then complete your last 2 years at TWU. So these courses that you see on the screen are your upper division nursing courses. You'll be doing about 16 to 17 credit hours per semester, except for your last semester, which is about 13 hours. But it's still going to feel like 16, 17 hours because you'll have double the amount of clinical hours. So you're still going to be really, really busy in your S2 semester. However, Bio 4344, which is in your semester 5, is pathophysiology. It's an upper division bio class, and we can allow non-admitted students to take this course with us at TWU while they're waiting to be admitted into the program. So if you have a traditional gap semester where you're like, I don't have anything to take in the fall, I'm applying for the spring, well, you can come to TWU and you can take pathophysiology and get a head start on your nursing courses if you want to. If you don't want to do that and you want to take the semester off, you can just leave it in your first semester of nursing school. So you'll be doing concepts, assessment, pharm, and patho in your first semester. All of the other nursing courses are not flexible to move around, so you will be taking the assigned courses in the assigned semesters. Patho is the only course that's pretty flexible like that, as well as your nursing elective, if you see that in semester 7. Nursing elective can be satisfied in many different ways. It could be satisfied through independent research, study abroad. You could do a 2 credit hour elective course in the summer. For example, some students do Camp Rainbow, where they'll go to a camp to work with children who've been diagnosed with diabetes and help them learn how to do their insulins and just really take care of themselves. So it's really fun work. Some other students do about 52 hours in the OR at Texas Children's. So it's multiple things that you can do to satisfy your nursing elective credit. The comprehensive exam on your semester 8 is pretty much an exit HESI exam, just to make sure that you are fully prepared for the NCLEX. So you'll see it's 0 credit hours, but it does count as a little bit of your grade for your critical competency integrations course. So you definitely want to make sure you're preparing well for that exam. And it's just a tool to just make sure you're ready for the NCLEX. All right, so this sheet that you see here is our color chart. So our color chart pretty much lays out everything you need to know for admission into the nursing program. So the first box here, which is this peachy orangey box, is all of the prerequisites that's needed to apply to the program. So these are your 7 nursing core courses. So anatomy and physiology 1 and 2, micro, chemistry, lifespan, statistics, and nutrition. So remember, those courses must be completed before our application deadlines. For our students who are seeking their second bachelor's degree, we require that you complete your 2 histories and 2 governments. And if you already graduated from an institution in the state of Texas, you already have those completed. For my first degree seeking students, you definitely want to make sure you completed your histories, your governments, your Englishes, your arts, all of those good general education courses before applying to TWU. The last course is down at the bottom, so your first year experience, the additional math and wellness, multicultural women's studies. This is what Melissa was talking about in your block 90 or your optional component area. If you're already Texas State core complete at your current institution, then you are core complete for Texas Women's University. If you're not core complete and you transfer to TWU, you could possibly be missing multicultural women's studies or additional math and wellness. Common courses that transfer to TWU to satisfy those 2 requirements usually looks like college algebra, a speech class, or any course that is coded block 90 at your institution. All right. So how do you know that you're ready to apply to the program? Well, you completed the 7 nursing core courses with a grade of a C or higher. Preferably, you want to have more A's than C's to be competitive. And you have also completed a total of 46 hours of prerequisite courses. Now, the 46 hours of prerequisite courses is only for first degree seeking students. So my first degree seeking students, you must complete at least 46 hours of prerequisites to be eligible to apply, as well as completed your 7 nursing core courses. For students who have a prior bachelor's degree in something else, you have to make sure that your 7 nursing core courses are completed, along with your 2 histories and 2 government courses, and that's it. So it's just a total of 11 courses for you. Still have to have a C or higher in those courses to be eligible. The criteria for admission is as follows. So you have to have a prerequisite GPA of a 3.0 or higher. The prerequisite GPA consists of all of the prerequisites needed to apply in that peachy orangey box. So your 7 nursing core courses and your Texas government and Englishes and all of those courses all equals your prerequisite GPA. That must be a 3.0 for you to be eligible to apply. TWU, we do calculate a second GPA, which is called your nursing core GPA. So that's based on those 7 nursing core courses. That GPA does not have a minimum requirement, but the higher it is, the more competitive you are. We also require that you take the ATI TEAS exam. For the TEAS, we require that you score at least a 64% on all 4 sections. So that's the minimum score, 64% on all 4 sections. The sections are English, reading, math, and science. So you have to score 64 to be eligible to apply, as well as have a 3.0 prerequisite GPA. However, competitively, you want to be around an 87% or higher on each section. That's usually our average that we see for students who are admitted into the program. For your nursing core GPA, a good GPA to be around is a 3.6 to a 3.8. Students who have completed at least 32 hours of prerequisite courses at TWU are eligible to have TWU preference, which is basically like extra bonus points. And students who have a conferred bachelor's degree in something else also receives preference. So my first degree seeking transfer students, unfortunately, you will not receive preference. So you're really banking on your GPA and your TEAS exam to help you get admitted in. And it is totally possible. The Houston Center is predominantly transfer students. About half, or about almost 50% are post-bac students. And then we have a few students who come from the main campus to join the Houston cohort. The Dallas campus is majority TWU students, post-bac students, and a little bit of transfer students. Okay, the program is very, very highly competitive, so definitely make sure you're staying focused in your prerequisite courses and scoring those A's as much as possible. You are eligible to repeat any nursing core courses or Texas State core courses if you want to. TW's policy for retakes is that we will consider your most recent attempt for admission. So that's just for your courses. So if you get a C in microbiology and you retake it and get a D, we're going to take the D into consideration. If you got a C the first time, retook it and got an A, then we're going to take the A into consideration. For repeats for the TEAS exam, students are able to take the TEAS twice per application cycle. So that's actually on my next slide. So you can take the TEAS twice between February 2nd and August 15th, which is the current application cycle we're in now, and that's for spring admission. If you're trying to apply for fall of 2021, your application cycle will begin on August 16th to February 1, and you can take the TEAS twice then. TWU will only consider scores that are less than 1 year old. So if you've taken the TEAS 2 years ago, they are considered to be invalid. We do not require that students send their TEAS scores to the university anymore. You would just actually upload your official 3-page score report to your nursing CAS application. And I'll explain what nursing CAS is in a second. You can find your official score report on your atitesting.com website in your account under results. Okay. Whenever in doubt about the TEAS, please do not hesitate to reach out to a nursing advisor just to make sure that your T scores are still valid. Make sure that your T's are competitive. We are happy to help anytime. So you can send us an email or you can schedule a prospective advising appointment. That way we can chat about it together and see what you need to do or if you're able to retake the T's. All right, so the application deadlines and the steps to applying. So August 15th, which is the deadline for spring admission into the program. So this upcoming August is for spring 2021, which starts in January. Then we have another deadline, which is February 1st for fall admission. February 1st deadline is pretty special because that is also the weekend evening program deadline. The weekend evening program only has a fall start. So every February 1st is the deadline for weekend evening as well as traditional for fall admission. All students must complete the following steps to apply. So you must be admitted to TWU for general admission. So it's basically Melissa's presentation of how to get admitted into TWU. You'll apply as a transfer student if you're transferring in, as a nursing entry BS intended major. If this is going to be your second bachelor's degree, you'll apply as an undergraduate transfer student, and then you'll just note that this will be your second degree that you're seeking at TWU. And you'll also put that you're a nursing entry student. Once you have successfully been admitted into TWU as a general student, you would then apply to the nursing program through Nursing CAS. So that's where the nursing application is housed. If you're trying to apply for spring 2021, the Nursing CAS application is actually open. You can be working on your Nursing CAS application while waiting for admission into TWU. That's totally fine. However, you cannot submit your nursing application until you're officially admitted into TWU. That means you received a congratulations, you've been admitted email or a letter from TWU. Once you have taken the T's and you're confident in your scores, like I said, you'll download your official 3-page score report and then upload it to your Nursing CAS application. The last bullet point usually trips up a lot of students and can make their application ineligible. So you definitely want to make sure that you are sending your updated official transcripts to both TWU and Nursing CAS. TWU would not send your transcripts to Nursing CAS because that will be against FERPA, which is the law. So you want to make sure you're sending both of those to TWU and Nursing CAS. Also, it is your responsibility to make sure that they are both received by OAP and Nursing CAS. It is very important that Nursing CAS receives your transcripts because they verify your manual transcript entry on your application. Your application must be verified for the College of Nursing to process the application. So we get a lot of students whose applications are not verified, their transcripts are missing, and it makes their application ineligible for consideration. Okay. So Nursing CAS application opening dates. So spring admission, which is coming up, is already open. So you can go ahead and start working on your Nursing CAS application, apply to TWU as soon as today. For fall of 2021, the application will open on October 15th, and it will close on February 1. The Nursing CAS application for spring 2021 will close on August 15th at 10:59 Central Time. All right, so that kind of concludes the presentation there. You're welcome to schedule a phone or in-person prospective advising appointment through nursingadvising.twu.edu, or you can email the advising team or email an advisor if you have any additional questions.